Welcome everybody back to Spinner Rack Review. Today we're going to be looking at GUNHAWKS #1. This is a comic that was in Marvel's vault. It was created back in the 1970s, and they're basically having another go at it. I think it's a great idea. So let's look into it and see what's going on. In this comic, basically, it's written by David and Maria Lapin. It's the art is by Luca Pizzari, and I got to say, both the story and the art are pretty good. Something to go out and get. So the story starts off in Clearwater, Arizona in 1914. There's a man. He's surrounded by a bunch of Mexican soldiers or rebels. We're not sure which it is. And he's like, hey, if you guys are a raiding party, there's a U.S. base around here, so watch out. And the guy says, we're not a raiding party, Dean Deadman Donnelly. All of a sudden, the sheriff's eyes tighten. He starts to sweat. The Mexicans are also looking dead at him. And before you know it, blam, 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 bow! There's a shootout going on. Men are dropping, horses are jumping, there's blood going everywhere. We don't know what the hell just happened. But then it cuts off, and the sheriff takes off on his horse, and he heads back to his town. His name is Dean Donnelly, and he's the sheriff of a small town not very far from where he was. He goes back to the town because he's trying to find his girlfriend and say, hey, his fiancée, and he's trying to get her safe. He finds out that she's on his ranch outside the town, so he has to go back outside the town to grab her. While he's there, she notices that he has a wound in his arm, and so she starts to fix it. While they take a minute to do that, he explains to her what's going on. He was a former mercenary for one of the sides during the Mexican Civil War, and they were sent to a town, him and his group, to, I guess, get rid of rebels, and what ended up happening, they killed everybody there. Of course, when the people who were in the town found out about it, they came back and they started killing all the people who were part of that particular massacre, and that included the people that he worked for. So now, of course, he started living in the United States, being a sheriff in a small town. Nothing would happen, but look what happened. It seems to have followed him by, and now this trouble has come to the small town that he's a sheriff of. So he's trying to do his best, trying to get he knows there's a raiding party. They're getting attacked. He's saying set up a barricades, and they're coming forward. But then there's one of the soldadas, the Mexican soldier. She's already in the town, and she's shooting people. So her and the sheriff start getting into a duel where he's shooting her, and she's shooting him. Bow, wow, boom, boom, bam. She gets hit. He gets hit. But he realizes at the end that this is going to be not going to be a good situation for the town because they're just going to burn everything down. So basically, he offers to give up as long as she gives her word, because the last thing he wants is for the town that his fiancées and the people that he knows to be destroyed by this group of people seeking revenge because of what he had done. Of course, it's so dead. I was like, yo, I ain't no dog, dude. I'm going to let people live as long as we have you, because that's why we came to get you, basically. So she starts walking out with him. Dean's fiance is like, Dean, don't go, don't go. But it's too late. The deal has been made, to save everyone else in town. Several people have already died. He's giving himself up and that's the type of man. He was a soldier. He made a mistake when he was younger, and now he's going to suffer the consequences for it. This I got to give Marvel kudos to. The book was pretty interesting. I like the story. It's a good start off to it. I don't know where it's going to go, but it's interesting that Marvel's taking the time to delve into its history to get these old stories. There's a lot of stories out there that can be, a lot of books that they have that they can be reissued or reimagined, and this is one of them. And I think that as long as they continue to do things like this, they're going to be popular. And if you continue like what we're doing, just comment, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Spinner Rack out.